So I was at the adult store recently. That's not true. That's not true at all. I was on a road trip and it was actually, I can't remember if it was on the Slingshot. It's probably happened on the Slingshot. It's definitely happened on the motorcycle. And what happens is all the time, it doesn't matter what trip I go on, if it's more than a day long, I get hit with rain. It happens every time. And I don't care, how good you think your gear is, you're going to get wet. You know what? You may not get crazy wet, or you may get very wet. And it really all depends on what kind of protection you have on your bike, et cetera, et cetera. But even for me in the Slingshot, um, or the Indian, which both have good protection, my shoes and my gloves, of course, get wet, right? They get wet. It's just part of it. So I was looking around trying to find something that I could use, of course, when you get to the hotel, that I could dry them. And I wanted not something large. So I was at Costco the other day and I actually saw a boot and glove warmer and it looked lovely. It was very nice. But I was like, there's no way that's fitting. Or if it does fit on my motorcycle, it's just going to take up too much space. And I just don't have that kind of space to give to it. So again, on the Amazon, because that's what I do. And I found this right here. Again, you're like, what is that? You don't want that just left in your room. People are going to be like, what? What kind of party is going on here, right? Anyways, this is a boot and glove warmer right here. Not overly expensive. And what I do like about it is the fact that you take the plug out and you wrap it around. It's pretty small, right? Easily can fit in your side bag. It can fit in your trunk, fit in your backpack, kind of wherever. And nice and simple design. These extend, so again, I don't know, what's going on here, but it is what it is. And what's cool about this, of course, 14-year-old boys coming out again. Anyways, I've got my boots here. These are kind of like the boots that a lot of times I wear. So simply, you would just kind of put these in here. Again, you would extend these out, yeah, right? So they go out quite far. And basically what you do is, of course, these are going to go into your boots, like so. Yes, however you want to put those, right? And they just kind of sit there. So you could, I don't know, you put it like this. It doesn't really matter. Just you lay them down there so they're going to get, because what happens is that's going to blow air out. Yeah. So let's see if I can turn this on. Hold on. All right. So this should have some power now. So you have, what is it? It actually measures it in time. So you have 3 hours, 6 hours, and 9 hours. So again, you may not want to just, if your boots are not crazy wet, you may not want them on for 9 hours because you're like, well, then my boots are going to light on fire. Anyways, you just kind of tap that. You'll see it's 3 hours. And off it goes, right? So at this point in time, it's blowing into your boots. Because I know a lot of us, when we get to the hotel, we use, let's say, we use like the hair dryer. Problem with the hair dryer is it overheats really fast and then it just turns off. I know because I've tried it. So this will just constantly blow air in it. And it just comes out the top. It's not a lot of wind, right? And it's cool. It's not cool. It's warm. And again, it's just going to slowly do it. That's why it's like 3 hours. So if you take these off and you put your hands over them, you're like, it's not a lot of wind. And you're right. It's not. But the idea is that's slow, right? Slow. So, if my boots were soaking wet, most of the time, even if I just leave them on the heater by the morning, they're close. At least the outside is close. This, though, right? You can tell it's enough, right? And it's warm. Anyways, my forward camera just stopped. I think this is pretty cool. Don't expect it to have a lot of wind, but it is directing heat into your actual shoes or gloves, right? So you can dry them out. And it seems actually after this has been running for a little bit more time, of course, it is getting warmer. And the wind is fine. I wouldn't want them to be crazy blowy, right? And again, you can set it 3 hours, 6 hours or 9 hours. So you can kind of just set it up and then you can turn it off. And just realize when you do turn it off, it takes a little bit of time because again, it cools itself down. But that's nice and small, yeah? Do your boots, do your gloves. I think that'll work actually pretty good. Anyways, I'm gonna put links down below to where I got this. It's on Amazon, so if you know what, you try it and you're like, no, return it. And if you think it's cool, which I do think it's cool, and I do think it's going to be very useful because again, every trip I go on, I get covered in rain. This is going to help. All right, guys, that's it for me. Links down below, and I'll see you guys next video.